Hi, my loves. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Marcella Christina, and on this channel, I teach women how to become their highest selves. So if that's something that you're interested in, be sure to subscribe. I hope you're having an amazing day, and I hope it gets even better from here. I'm super excited to jump into today's topic. We will be discussing slow living. So slow living is one of these topics that we've all heard a lot about. But what does it actually mean? Slow living is not necessarily about living slower, though that could be part of it. It's more so about living with intention, living a purposeful life. And I thought that would be the perfect topic for us to jump into today because in order for us to become our highest selves, we must be walking in our purpose, right? We must be living a purposeful life. So I hope that you see the benefits of slow living today, and I hope that you're able to implement this in your own life. So the first benefit of slow living is that it gives us the opportunity to stop rushing. If you're anything like me, you are a busy bee. You have a lot to do, and it feels like there just aren't enough hours in the day. I am in no way telling you to stop being the boss babe that you are, but I am suggesting that there is a better way to do what it is that you're doing. Oftentimes, when we're feeling like we just can't get anything done on time, or that we're always late, or that for some reason we just always feel like something's missing, it's oftentimes because we're not present, right? We're not present in the moment, and we're not giving ourselves the opportunity to really focus on what it is that we're doing. When your mind is focused, it's almost as if time stops. I'm sure you've experienced that before where you were just so focus on the moment or on a person you were talking to or on a conversation or a YouTube video, that it's almost like time just began to flow. That's what slow living feels like. It feels like that, but it feels like that throughout your entire day, as opposed to just one task or activity. This is why you stop feeling that feeling of rushing, because you no longer feel like you have to get somewhere, you feel there already. For me personally, this has been one of the biggest benefits of slow living because I used to suffer from anxiety, from feeling like I just was overwhelmed or I couldn't get enough done. Slow living gave me the opportunity to focus on the present moment and on the task at hand. The second benefit is that we become more conscious of time and how we spend it. Time is such a funny thing because it's something that you just have to experience, right? It's so much more than just looking at a clock on the wall and hearing an alarm go off. Time is something that we have to understand exists at all moments, whether we're focused or not. The clock on the wall is going to tick whether you're aware of it or not. When we begin to live slower, we become more conscious of that ticking on the wall. And when we become conscious of time, we learn to respect time, and then we begin to do things that are worth our time. The funny thing about time is we all have it, but we're all not exactly sure how to spend it. When someone's asking me, I don't have my purpose in life, I don't know my purpose in life, that can be translated into, I don't know what to do with my time, right? I'm here, but I don't know what to do with my time. That's how powerful time is. So living slower gives us the opportunity to see exactly what it is we're doing with our time. How much time does it take you to shower? 15 minutes? You probably know that, but have you experienced the 15 minutes? And this is why people actually begin to move slower when they first start slow living, because there is something that needs to happen as far as the connection between your body, the space that you're in, right? You begin to move with it and interact with it, and you begin to realize how much time plays in the entire experience, right? So this is where slow living becomes literal and you actually do begin to live slower. What is 15 minutes to you when you're rushing versus when you have the day off? Right? You have relatives coming over versus, when you have a business meeting. Those 15 minutes look entirely different. So I invite you to pay attention to small segments of time, actually be present when you're eating lunch, actually be present when you're taking a shower, when you're on that phone call. And then later on, with more practice, you'll be able to show up in these spaces without really thinking about it, right? You'll just be present and you'll be able to experience the conversation or whatever activity you're doing fully. The third benefit of slow living is that we become more optimistic and we enjoy our lives more. When you become aware of time and how it works, a light bulb goes off in your head. Wow, I have this thing that I can do things with, and I have complete control of how I use it. That leads to optimism. Now you see the possibilities where you once did not. Now you're able to see doors where you once saw walls, right? This is where the light comes in when you recognize that there's so much that you can do. You're limitless. You always have been limitless. But you know that now because you know that you have this thing called time that you can use to get to where it is that you want to go. The thing that we need to understand about our higher selves is that they are happy. They are happy to be who they are. They're happy to have accomplished what they've accomplished. They're happy to be alive. They're happy to be here. They're happy to see you. They're happy to see me, right? That's the thing about being our highest selves. They enjoy each and every moment of their lives. We are going to get all the success that we have imagined. We're going to get everything that we've ever dreamt of. But here's the thing. we are also going to enjoy it. I know far too many people that have all of the success, all of the accolades, and they miss out on it just because they aren't giving themselves the time and the opportunity to truly appreciate what it is that they have. They don't get to spend time with themselves, reflecting, being present in the moment, and truly appreciating what it is that they've done with their lives. Slow living in and of itself is a practice of gratitude. It's an act of love. You're saying that I love where I am, I accept where I am. It's probably not perfect. I have work to do, right? But I am grateful for where I am. And I'm so grateful that instead of trying to rush past this phase of my life or distract myself, I want to be here. I want to be right here. I don't want to go anywhere else. I don't want to be anyone else. I don't want to have anyone else's experience. I want to appreciate the gift that I've been given, this gift of life, and I want to be here for it. That is what we should be striving for, right? We're going to live purposeful lives and we're going to live intentional lives, being present and being here. We're not going to be anywhere else because there's no better place to be. The fourth benefit of slow living is that our confidence and our energy goes through the roof. When you begin to live slower and you begin to recognize that you have complete control over your time, that freedom that comes with it drives your confidence up because now you know that you have complete autonomy and you are the creator, right? You are a creator living in creation. You get to do and spend and create whatever you'd like with the time that you have. And what about that energy? Also through the roof. When you're not rushing, you'd be surprised how much energy you can conserve. Rushing is not only physically tiring, it's mentally exhausting. You're literally putting your mind through much more work than it actually needs to go through. The task is going to be the task. We can get the task done, but the emotional energy, the physical energy, the mental energy that comes into rushing, all of that is removed when you decide to live slower. You'd be surprised how many people have not gone after their dreams because they're tired. I know that sounds like an unacceptable reason, right? I know it sounds like an excuse, but think about it. If you're tired, what can be done? You can't expect an athlete to perform his best or her best if they're tired. Rest is a very important part of health and ultimately greatness. When you live slower, you give your mind the opportunity to rest, not necessarily by sleeping, but just by conserving itself and taking care of itself. You're not putting any stress or any unnecessary pressure on it. You give your mind the opportunity to be in flow state. This is how we've been able to get the best paintings that we've ever seen and heard the best music that we've ever heard in our lives. It's the focused mind. It's the mind that is relaxed yet engaged. This is the mind of our higher self. I really want you to get the image of your highest self in mind. Picture her in your mind. What does she look like? I can guarantee you, she's not stressed. How did I know that? Not that I'm a mind reader. It's because intuitively you know that stress is harmful and your highest self would never put herself in harm's way. And the fifth benefit of slow living is that you begin to use time to birth your ideas. Time is our friend. So many of us have weird relationships with time. I'll name a few of them. Regret. Time spent doing something that we wish we hadn't have done. Anxiousness. Time spent focusing on things that we know nothing about. Depressed. Time spent in sadness. Annoyed. Time spent angry or irritated. Everything that you do is going to be time spent. All of these emotions are locked in time. So it's important for us to reevaluate our relationship with time. Time is our friend. It is our biggest asset. But as the saying goes, time waits for no man or woman. So we must appreciate the gift of time that we've been given. This is not the time to be thinking about what we did, what we didn't do. Is it too late for me? This is not the time to be thinking about our past and all of the mistakes that we made in our past. And if you need help with that, watch my video on letting go of the past. This is the time to be excited and to give thanks because we finally have come to the realization and stepped into this purpose. There is no other time that's more perfect than this. This is the one. So we use time to bring forth our ideas. This is how it works. We have an idea in our hearts or in our minds, hopefully both. We bring it into the world through creation because we're creators living in creation. And then we do that over time. So we're birthing this idea in time. When we do this consistently, we're doing this over time, right? These are terms that we use all the time. Oh, we're going to do this over time. We're doing this over time. And then over time, what we've put out into the world gets stronger. That's when we find our tribe. That's when we built the brand. That's when we have the partnerships, the deals, the collaborations. It's because we use time. It's because we decided to be focused. It's because we decided to live slower and put all of our attention and concentrate on something so that we could see it through. And when we're able to see it through, others in time will see it as well. So I hope that today's video was helpful for you. I know that it's not always popular to talk about slow in a world that's always pushing for fast, but there's so much benefit to slow living, and I hope that you were able to see that in today's video. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to like it. This tells YouTube that this is really great content and it pushes it out to more people that could also benefit from this video. Also, be sure to subscribe and stick around, become a part of the sisterhood. Drop a comment down below. Let me know some ways that you've implemented slow living into your life. Until next time, my loves, take good care of yourself. Bye.